Beneath Australia's sunburned landscapes lies a dark side few dare to explore, the eerie tunnels whispering tales of tragedy and terror. From ghostly miners to vanished souls, these shadowy passages are steeped in history and haunted by the echoes of the past. Are you ready to delve into the top 15 haunted tunnels in Australia, where every turn tells a haunting story? One, Mushroom Tunnel, Picton, New South Wales. In the dim light of the Mushroom Tunnel in Picton, New South Wales, shadows dance upon the jagged rock walls, while a lingering chill whispers through the air, conjuring unsettling visions of the otherworldly. Locals recount spine-chilling tales of this eerie passage, carved through the southern highlands, a place where both nature's beauty and haunting tragedies intertwine. Rumors swirl of spectral sightings and ghostly whispers echoing off the tunnel's wet walls, with many insisting these are the souls condemned to wander due to dark events that once unfolded here. It's said the tunnel was built in the 1860s, originally serving as a rail tunnel for coal transport. But as with many historical landmarks, tragedy often accompanies progress. One particularly horrific incident in 1916 culminated in the unearthing of a young girl who mysteriously vanished near the entrance. Her sorrowful wails purported to reverberate through the tunnel even today. Sightings of her ghostly form, draped in white, seeking solace against the backdrop of sheer darkness, have unsettled those who dare to tread here after sunset. The faint glimmer of a lantern held by an unseen hand has lured more than a few curious adventurers to venture deeper into the tunnel, leaving them with an overwhelming sense of dread and the unsettling feeling of being watched. While some brave souls venture here, seeking thrills or chilling stories, many are left haunted by something inexplicable, an aftertaste of terror that follows them long after they exit, whether it's the disquieting ambiance or the tangible sense of loss that fills the air. Heed this warning, enter at your own risk. The Mushroom Tunnel is not merely a curiosity, it is a conduit to sorrow, a living archive of grief, and possibly the home to spirits that call this place their prison. Leave the past undisturbed, for some legends, long thought buried, may awaken the moment you cross its threshold. 2. Old Helensburgh Tunnel, Helensburgh, New South Wales. Beneath the forgotten streets of Helensburgh, New South Wales, lies an ominous relic of the past, the Old Helensburgh Tunnel. A dark, damp passage hewn from rock. It echoes with the memories of those who traversed its length, weaving visions of despair and ghostly whispers that chill the core of its dark vaults. Locals speak of an unsettling presence here, a lingering energy that seems to draw the brave and foolish alike into its depths, compelled by tales of shadowy figures flitting at the edge of vision and disembodied voices echoing in the stillness. This tunnel, completed in 1889 for the Illawarra Railway line, bears witness to tragic incidents over the years, with reports of miners losing their lives during construction and hauntings meriting whispers of fear among the townsfolk. The haunting tales include a malevolent spirit known only as the Watcher, a figure said to emerge from the stone walls, peering into the souls of unsuspecting visitors. Those who have dared to linger too long claim to feel an icy grip on their hearts, a sensation that pushes them to flee the suffocating darkness. Countless investigations have unveiled cryptic messages scrawled into the walls, a name, an elegy etched into time itself, and inexplicable sounds of footsteps behind the living, propelling a sense of dread that is palpable to all who enter. While some dismiss these accounts as fables born of overactive imaginations, The testimonies of the brave explorers who left shaken and irrevocably altered lend undeniable credence to the legend. For those drawn by curiosity, a warning persists. The old Helensburgh Tunnel is no mere ruin, but a threshold between the living and the world of the restless dead. Trespass if you must, but know this: once the shadows claim you, they may never let you return. 3. Boolboonda Tunnel, Queensland. Beneath the rustling leaves of Queensland's hinterlands lies the Boolboonda Tunnel, an eerie relic of the 19th century gold rush. Its stone-clad mouth gaping open like the maw of a forsaken creature eager to swallow unwary souls. Locals whisper of chilling encounters within its shadowy depths. The silence that permeates here is often broken by phantom footsteps and disembodied voices, leaving visitors questioning their own senses. Built in 1875 as part of a mining venture, the tunnel was abruptly abandoned just a decade later, its closing precipitated by notorious tragedies that many believe left their haunted marks. The worst being a collapse that tragically claimed the lives of several miners, rumored to still linger in sorrow within the darkness, searching endlessly for their lost lives. Over the years, numerous accounts from brave or reckless explorers recount shadowy figures darting between crumbling walls, the faint echo of a miner's pick-striking stone, and the guttural moans of long-lost souls forever trapped in the tunnel's depths. Ghostly apparitions have manifested in the form of flickering lights and the unmistakable feeling of being watched, a throbbing pressure in the air that makes the bravest tremble. As night falls, a heavy fog rolls in, shrouding the tunnel and provoking an unsettling sense of urgency in anyone daring enough to approach its entrance. Many who venture near have suffered unexplained misfortunes. Some claim to have felt an inexplicable tug pulling them towards the tunnel, while others report chilling cold spots that chill them to the bone, compelling them to leave before they lose themselves in that cursed abyss. The Boolboonda Tunnel stands as a spectral testament to those who labored and lost their lives. And those willing to seek answers here risk not only their sanity, but perhaps something far worse. Approach if you dare. But remember, some doors, once opened, can never truly close. 4. Swan Tunnel, John Forest National Park, Western Australia. Beneath the dense, whispering trees of John Forest National Park in Western Australia lies the Swan Tunnel, an ominous relic from the past. Dark, damp, and overgrown, this abandoned railway passage harnesses an atmosphere heavy with foreboding. Locals often speak in hushed tones about unsettling occurrences that plague the tunnel. Eerie apparitions spotted within the shadows, disembodied voices that echo in the dark, and an overwhelming chill that envelops the area, even on the warmest days. As the first railway tunnel in Western Australia, completed in 1894, it once linked the emerging settlements, yet as time passed, its purpose faded, leaving behind haunting legends. History tells of the tragic accidents that happened on the railway, the most notable being the fatal derailment of a goods train in the early 1900s, where several lives were lost, and their spirits are rumored to linger within the tunnel's cold embrace. Reports indicate a phenomenon known as the Weeping Woman, and believed to be the spirit of a grieving widow who perished near the entrance while searching for her lost husband, a worker who tragically died during the construction of the tunnel. Eyewitnesses claim to witness a spectral figure wandering the vicinity, dressed in a flowing white gown, her melancholic cries for help resonating eerily, drawing the curious closer and inviting them into her sorrowful world. Ghostly figures flicker in the corners of one's vision, and the temperature drops sharply as one dares to venture deeper into the tunnel's throat. Paranormal investigators have documented inexplicable cold spots and recorded strange orbs in photographs taken within the tunnel's confines. Those who have dared journey through often recount an inexplicable sense of unease, as if unseen eyes were trailing their every move. As night falls, hikers and thrill seekers are warned the tunnel is not merely a forgotten piece of history, but a gateway to an unsettling realm. The spirits of the past seem tethered to the place, hungry for acknowledgement. Five, Big Peninsula Tunnel, Victoria. Deep in the heart of Victoria, Australia, lies the infamous Big Peninsula Tunnel, a relic from the 19th century railway expansion that burrows ominously beneath the landscape like a gaping maw. The air around the tunnel is thick with a palpable dread, as if it has absorbed the whispers of lost souls and hardened the chill of regret into the very stone walls. Locals speak in hushed tones about the cursed tunnel, where the echoes of long-forgotten tragedies weave through the darkened passageways, casting a shadow over anyone brave enough to step inside. Historically, this tunnel was not only a feat of engineering, but also the site of significant loss, including the tragic death of a worker in the 1900s, who became trapped during an ill-fated excavation and was ultimately never recovered. His spirit, it's believed, roams the tunnel, searching for an exit that perpetually eludes him. Eyewitness accounts describe sudden drops in temperature, disembodied whispers, and the sound of footsteps trailing behind unwelcome visitors, leaving them with an overwhelming sense of being watched, or worse, followed. Paranormal investigators have visited the site, capturing unexplained orbs and echoes of sorrowful cries that send shivers down the spine. While many dismiss these tales as mere folklore, the tunnel's haunting reality continues to draw paranormal enthusiasts, fueling the eerie legend of the worker who never made it home. Yet, for the foolhardy who dare to venture into the suffocating darkness, a word of caution: the spirit of the lost worker is said to linger, inviting the curious to join him on his eternal quest. A chilling reminder that some places are best left undisturbed. If you dare tread within the confines of the Big Peninsula Tunnel, take heed. You may find that the darkness not only holds the past but seeks to pull the living into its depths, entwining their fates with those who have forever been lost to the shadows. Six, Muntapa Tunnel, Queensland. In the shadowy expanse of Queensland, amidst the rustling leaves and crumbly earth, lies the Muntapa Tunnel, a relic of a forgotten era that has become synonymous with ghostly tales and unnerving folklore. Locals whisper of the tunnel's dark reputation, where echoes of long-lost souls resonate within the damp stone walls, hinting at a tragic past that remains forever etched in the collective memory of those who dare to tread its path. Originally constructed in the late 19th century to facilitate timber transport, the tunnel soon became infamous not just for its construction, but for the countless accidents that plagued it, a series of unfortunate events. Accidents that merged the realms of the living and the spectral. The most chilling incident occurred during the 1940s when a group of workers vanished without a trace, consumed by the darkness of the tunnel, leaving behind only the cold embrace of despair and unanswered questions. In the years that followed, reports of apparitions, unexplained sounds, and even faint whispers have emerged from those brave enough to enter the tunnel, rekindling the belief that the spirits of those lost still roam its passageways, searching for solace but finding only torment. Paranormal investigators have flocked to this site, armed with ghost hunting equipment, EVP recorders, and infrared cameras, unearthing eerie voices and even shadowy figures captured flickering on their screens, raising doubts about the boundaries that separate life from death. Yet, with each allure of adventure, there comes a dire warning for the unprepared. Muntapa Tunnel is known to toy with its visitors, luring them deeper and deeper, leaving echoes of dread that echo long after they have escaped. Those who venture into its depths should remember, curiosity may lead to a glimpse of the eerie unknown, but encountering the sorrowful spirits of the past can exact a heavy toll, a price not everyone is willing to pay. 7. Echo Tunnel, Belair National Park, South Australia. Beneath the sprawling canopy of gum trees in Belair National Park, South Australia, lies a chilling remnant of history. The Echo Tunnel. This eerie passage runs beneath a former railway line, intertwining nature's tranquility with a haunting past. Its very name evoking whispers of tragedy. Locals speak of the tunnel as a site shrouded in sorrow. Tales circulate of ghostly apparitions and disembodied voices echoing off the cold stone walls. The railway that once traversed this area fell into disuse long ago, after a series of tragic accidents left deep scars in the community's consciousness. Eyewitness accounts detail strange occurrences, from sudden drops in temperature to the unsettling sensation of being watched as one traverses the tunnel. Some claim to have heard a girl's laughter amidst the echoes, instantly turning to echoes of despair, like the fading memories of those who perished here. In the late 19th century, this route was the scene of horrific events, including the tragic death of a young woman hit by a train, the heavy burden of which many believe to have left her restless spirit tethered to this site. There's a photograph that the curious and brave have captured, showing a blurred figure hovering near the tunnel's entrance, while others describe cold spots and fluctuating energy contacting their very souls. Explorers and ghost hunters alike have recorded strange electromagnetic readings believed to be evidence of the supernatural presence that occasionally materializes in the depths of Echo Tunnel. The darker folklore suggests that the young girl's spirit might still be wandering, searching for closure, urging caution to encroaching footsteps. Beneath the surface allure of this historic site lies an ominous warning for those who dare to explore. Tread lightly, for the boundaries between the living and the dead can be perilously thin within its confines. Legends remind us of the pain still vibrantly present, whispering through the winds. The spirit remains a stark reminder that history is not merely recorded, it can resonate, seep, and cling to our world, a ghostly echo waiting to be heeded. 8. Dularcha Railway Tunnel, Dularcha National Park, Queensland. In the dense wilderness of Dularcha National Park, Queensland, lies the eerie Dularcha Railway Tunnel, a remnant of the 1890s railway construction that winds through the thickly canopied landscape. As dusk descends, casting long shadows upon the crumbling stone, the chilling whispers of the past seem to echo through the tunnel's darkened mouth. Local legends tell of travelers who ventured through the tunnel only to feel an oppressive weight bearing down upon them, a sensation that stirs the imagination and raises suspicion about the supposed spirits that roam this foreboding passage. Reports abound of strange apparitions, flickering lights that dance along the tunnel walls, and disembodied voices that resonate like melancholic laments. underscoring the unease that surrounds this forsaken site. A tragic tale weaves through the fabric of Dularcha that offers an explanation for this spectral phenomena. In the early 20th century, during the construction of the railway, an accident claimed the lives of several laborers when a section of the tunnel collapsed, trapping them within the earth's embrace. Their anguished cries, it is said, were never heard, and as the story goes, these men now wander the tunnel, eternally bound to the place of their demise. Ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts have flocked to Dularcha, armed with cameras and EMF meters, hoping to capture evidence of these forlorn spirits. Some claim to have documented the unmistakable sound of voices pleading for help, while others report cold spots that solidify the tunnel's reputation as a hotbed for paranormal activity. But caution must be taken when approaching this haunted site. The very air can feel heavy with grief and despair, ensnaring the unsuspecting in an inescapable grip. Those who tread too close to the tunnel's mouth may find themselves echoing the retreat of the living, watched by those who have become a part of its ghastly history. Dularcha Railway Tunnel might seem inviting from the outside, but beneath its surface lies a darkness that warns against those who dare to linger too long. In this world of the living, heed the warnings, for sometimes the dead do not rest easy. Nine. Dalmorton Tunnel, Dalmorton, New South Wales. Beneath the dense foliage of Dalmorton, New South Wales, lies the Dalmorton Tunnel, an eerie remnant of a bygone era, where echoes of past horrors linger in the cold, damp air. The once bustling settlement, established during the gold rush of the 1860s, now stands eerily quiet, the only sounds being the whisper of the wind and the distant rustle of leaves. Local lore reveals a chilling history, steeped in tragedy and superstition, with long-told tales of ghostly figures emerging from the shadows of the tunnel, which was abandoned when the mining ceased in the early 1900s. The yarn spun by locals recounts the grim fate of a group of miners trapped, their desperate cries swallowed by the earth. They say that on certain nights, the anguished wails of those trapped souls can still be heard, desperately seeking escape from the darkness that engulfed them. The history of the Dalmorton Tunnel is scarred by more than mere abandonment. It's said that a deadly explosion took place within the narrow confines, claiming several lives. It's not just miners who roam these haunted grounds. Long-departed laborers and wayward travelers are believed to have had their spirits bound to the haunt, fueling a multitude of ghostly sightings. Ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts flock to the tunnel, armed with cameras and ghost detectors, though many have reported erratic equipment and disorienting sensations as if unseen hands traverse their skin. A stark warning echoes through these shadowy corridors. Those who dare to venture alone might not only encounter the forlorn shades of the past, but also tap into a darkness that ought to remain untouched. The spectral presence here serves as a dire reminder of the consequences of curiosity in places where the veil between life and death is perilously thin. Heed this caution. The Dalmorton Tunnel does not merely harbor legends. It holds a palpable fear that could ensnare the unwary, turning their exploration into an everlasting nightmare. Then, Little Peninsula Tunnel, Victoria. Beneath the lush foliage of Victoria's Little Peninsula, where the murmurs of the waves intertwine with eerie silence, lies a winding tunnel that once served as a conduit for prosperity, but now haunts the landscape with its ghostly tales. Locals frequently whisper of flickering lamplights appearing along its dank walls at twilight, shadows darting out of the periphery, and the chilling echo of distant voices, as if lost souls still wander. Constructed in the early 1900s to enhance timber access, the tunnel thrummed with life until a tragic accident seared its memory forever into the earth. In 1914, as workers labored to ensure the tunnel's completion, a catastrophic landslide unleashed a torrent of crushing earth upon them, forever entombing lives in darkened stillness. Eyewitness accounts reveal that after the somber recovery of victims, strange occurrences began. Disembodied laughter echoed through the damp air at night, and spectral figures flickered in the old lantern light, refusing to fade into the whispers of time. The legend of the Lantern Man arose, said to be the spirit of a foreman who perished that day, forever searching for his crew amidst the gloom. Enthusiasts and ghost hunters have ventured into the tunnel, equipped with cameras and EMF detectors, only to capture luminous orbs darting about, inexplicable cold spots, and even recordings of chilling whispers urging them to leave. But heed this caution. Entering Little Peninsula Tunnel is not for the faint-hearted. As night falls, the very air thickens with dread, a palpable weight pressing down, daring brave souls to traverse the shadowed length of the corridor. Those who dare speak of disorientation, feelings of being watched, and disconcerting sensations, as if the boundary between life and the haunted realm begins to blur. Should you find yourself lured by the tales that swirl around this dark passage, remember the ghosts of those lost to the earth beneath its stones may not take kindly to trespassers. They could stir from their slumber, ready to claim the living as their own. Otford Railway Tunnel, Illawarra, New South Wales. Nestled amid the sprawling landscape of Illawarra, New South Wales, the Otford Railway Tunnel looms as a shadowy relic of a bygone era, its gnarled architecture swallowed by the encroaching bushland. As evening descends, a palpable chill drifts through the air, and those daring enough to venture close claim to hear the faint echoes of anguished cries bouncing off its stone walls. The lore surrounding the tunnel is steeped in mystery and fear, steeped in the tragic history of the area. Built in the late 1880s, the tunnel was originally designed to facilitate the expansion of the railway line. However, whispers among locals contend that it became a site of sorrow after a horrific accident in the mid-20th century, when a train derailed in the depths of the tunnel, leaving behind a trail of destruction and lost lives. Prior to this dark day, the murmurings of well-meaning ghost hunters and seasoned thrill seekers hinted at phantom figures and disembodied voices, tales of shadows flitting just beyond the reach of the fading light, amplifying the tunnel's sinister reputation. Investigations have revealed disturbing reports of electrical malfunctions and unsettling occurrences, such as disembodied whispers entreating visitors to leave while they still can. Many have claimed to experience feelings of dread and anxiety while traversing its dark interior, warning signs suggesting the presence of restless spirits. Local folklore insists that encounters with these lost souls are common, fueled by the belief that the tragic events of that fateful day leave an indelible mark, trapping spirits in eternal anguish. For those brave enough to explore Otford Railway Tunnel, heed this warning. The shadows that dance in the depths are not mere figments of imagination, but echoes of sorrow that may reach out in an attempt to draw you into their world of despair. The tunnel holds its secrets tightly, but it is wise to consider whether you are prepared to confront those who may still wander its haunted halls. 1912. Yimbun Railway Tunnel, Somerset Region, Queensland. In the shrouded depths of the Australian bush, where the echoes of the past coil into the whispers of the wind, lies the Yimbun Railway Tunnel, a relic of industrial ambition turned to haunting memory. As tourists and locals pass, the tunnel may appear a mere vestige of the 1900s. Yet in the specter of twilight, when shadows elongate and the air turns still, an oppressive foreboding descends. The very stones of this forgotten passageway seem to breathe with dread, hinting at the troubled legacy that clings like fog. Long before it was abandoned, Yimbun Railway Tunnel was the site of a tragic accident in 1904, where workers perished beneath collapsing rock. Their restless spirits, some say, remain trapped in this decaying corridor, eternally burdened by the weight of their untimely demise. Locals speak of chilling encounters, phantom footsteps echoing atop the gravel, disembodied voices moaning in despair, and the frigid touch of invisible hands clenching at one's shoulders. Over the years, numerous investigations have revealed a heightened electromagnetic field within the tunnel, a potential beacon for the spirits that linger, asserting their sorrow and rage. Ghost hunters have collected compelling evidence: orbs captured in photographs, recordings of faint but eerie cries, and visions of shadowy figures darting within the darkness, all verifying the tales passed down through generations. As dusk descends and the air grows thick with an unshakable tension, those seeking the truth behind the legends of Yimbun are warned: venture here at your own peril. The phantasms of the ill-fated workers aren't merely stories. Many who have dared to trespass report an inexplicable sense of dread, a gnawing confusion, and an overwhelming urge to flee as unseen forces seem to urge them away. Respect the past, they say, lest you attract the wrath of the very souls who still linger within those forsaken walls, forever entombed in their sorrow and rage. Be cautious, some doors, once opened, can never be closed again. (13) Former Cheviot Railway Station, Limestone, Victoria. In the quiet embrace of Limestone, Victoria, beneath the gnarled branches of ancient trees, stands the dilapidated remains of the former Cheviot Railway Station, a chilling monument to a time long past. The eerie silence that blankets the station is punctuated only by the rustling leaves and the distant echo of a train whistle, invoking a haunting atmosphere that lingers in the minds of those who dare to approach. Locals speak in hushed tones about the spirits that are said to wander these forsaken tracks, their tales steeped in a history of tragedy and sorrow. Established in 1886, the station served as a busy transport hub for the surrounding mining communities until its closure in 1954. But it was a series of accidents during its operational years that transformed it into a site of spectral lore. A fatal derailment in the 1930s claimed the lives of several passengers, their last moments enveloped in a terrifying chaos that now seems to echo through the station's crumbling walls, as witnesses claim to have seen shadowy figures flitting about the platform and felt a bone-chilling presence lingering in the air. Some even remember a time when the sound of a train whistle poured forth inexplicably on still nights, a sorrowful lamentation echoing through the gloom, drawing the curious and the brave alike to seek answers. But heed this as a warning. The Cheviot Railway Station's spectral past is not merely an urban legend. It is a reminder of the unresolved pain that clings to the site. Those who venture near at dusk often report an overwhelming sensation of being watched, accompanied by soft whispers that seem to call one by name. Investigate at your own peril, for the spirits that haunt these tracks may not welcome the scrutiny of the living after all. Some tragedies are better left undisturbed, buried within the shadows of history. Lapstone Hill Tunnel, Western Portal, Glenbrook, New South Wales. Beneath the jagged canopy of the Blue Mountains, the Lapstone Hill Tunnel's western portal looms ominously, an echoing void swallowed by shadows and solitude. Locals barely whisper about this forsaken entryway, its weathered stones bearing witness to years of neglect and the whispers of the long gone. Known for an unsettling ambience that chills even the warmest days, the tunnel has become a ghostly legend passed down through generations. With a history tracing back to the 1860s when it was constructed to facilitate travel through the mountains, the tunnel has been the site of tragic accidents throughout its lifetime. Notably, in 1998, a group of unsuspecting teenagers embarked on an adventure, lured by urban legends, only to vanish without a trace. Eyewitness accounts suggest they were last seen on the tunnel's threshold, drawn in by whispers promising unspeakable thrills. For years following their disappearance, phantom cries filled the air near the portal, chilling the bones of those brave enough to linger too long. A tapestry of tragic tales entwines with the fabric of the tunnel's history, where workers reportedly met their fates during construction, their spirits said to roam the dust-laden passages, searching for solace or revenge. Those who dare visit find shadows darting at the edges of their vision and echoes of laughter morphed into wailing, a haunting symphony composed by the restless. The Lapstone Hill Tunnel serves as a harsh reminder that some places are better left undisturbed. Should you decide to traverse this eerie corridor, heed the locals' warnings. The spirits of those lost are said to grow restless when disturbed. So keep your heart steady and your intentions pure, or you may find that the tunnel expects more from you than just a glimpse. Darkness waits, hungry for the careless and the curious. (15) Bullio Road Tunnel, High Range, New South Wales. As the sun sinks behind the jagged silhouettes of the snowy mountains, an ominous chill blankets the desolate stretch of Bullio Road Tunnel on High Range in New South Wales. Once an essential passage for the timber industry, this austere tunnel now stands as a ghostly reminder of history's dark shadows. Locals warn of a forbidding presence within its damp stone walls, a haunting echo of the past that chills even the bravest souls. Stories persist about the echo of a workman's anguished cries, lingering in the air like the last notes of a fading song. Reports claim that strange phenomena occur here, disembodied whispers in the night, inexplicable shadows darting just beyond visibility, and the occasional glimpse of spectral figures dressed in old work gear. The tunnel, completed in 1890, was a hub of activity, yet its construction was marred by tragedy. Several workers lost their lives, their spirits allegedly trapped within its cold embrace. The most infamous tale speaks of a 1935 accident, where two men were crushed by falling debris during a storm. Their cries reportedly still resonate within the tunnel, as if pleading for assistance that never comes. Photographs taken in the area often reveal ghostly orbs and eerie mist, capturing the unsettling essence of the tunnel's tragic history. Those who dare to venture through at twilight or beyond are met with a palpable sense of dread, as if the very air grows thick with sorrow. Some adventurous souls dismiss these tales as mere folklore, yet caution runs deep. A sense of foreboding lurks beyond the darkness. For the undeterred who seek truth in the supernatural, tread lightly, because the spirits that dwell here are not mere figments of imagination. They are the echoes of lives once lived, now intertwined with the shadows of Bullio Road Tunnel. abandon hope, for the passage that leads to revelation may also lead to terror unimaginable. And there you have it, the top 15 haunted tunnels in Australia. Which one gave you chills? If you enjoyed this spooky journey, don't forget to like and subscribe for more hair-raising adventures. Speaking of terror, stay tuned for our next video, where we'll dive into the creepiest abandoned asylums across the country. Until next time, keep your lights on and your doors locked.